Hey, how you doing? I'm Tyson Franklin, and this week's video I'm titling Information Overload. The reason I chose this topic is because we're 3/4 of the way through March, and I think right now there would have been a lot of new graduates who have started new jobs, and they would have started seeing a fair few patients by now. And I think it's really important for them to realize that one of the worst things you can do is give your patients too much information, which can be quite confusing for them. Now, to give you an example of when something can be good for you and at the same time something can be bad for you if you get too much of it. Let's look at water. If you don't get enough water, we all know we dehydrate and we die. If we have just the right amount of water, then we're going to stay healthy. If we have too much water, it can actually cause water toxicity. So something that can actually save your life at the same time can be detrimental to you if you get too much of it. I think this is exactly the same with the information that we give our patients. There's not enough information, which can be harmful. Then you can give too much information, which then gets really confusing for the patient, and they're not sure what to do. And then there's just the right amount of information. And I think it's really important for all podiatrists to sit back and look at their processes. How do they currently deliver information to the patients? When someone comes in with a particular problem, do you have the journey actually mapped out, or are you making it up as you go? If you don't have it mapped out, it's hard to then teach someone who's working for you what to do next. And I think it's really important that you have step by step. When someone comes in with this problem, this is what we do next, and you work it out from there. If you get to a certain point and all of a sudden there's 5 options on how you can actually treat a particular problem, which there can be, but what's the best option for the patient, for the majority of the patients? And try and map your treatment plan out that way. If you can do that, then it's really easy to teach someone who's starting to work with you. Now, they might be a new graduate, it might be someone who's been out for a number of years and they've worked at a really crappy place where the employer is like Ricochet Rabbit bouncing around all over the place. So even though they may have experience, they may not have experience at delivering and communicating with patients really, really well. So it's important to just cut back the information, give the patients a certain amount, make sure they understand that. And sometimes you might even ask the patient, repeat back what I've told you to do or what the next step is going to be, and then guide them through that next step. Do not just dump everything on them. Hand them brochures, give them 4 websites to go and have a look at, 15 stretches, and the patient just walks out going, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do next. And I have walked into a business, not just healthcare, but other businesses where they just give you too much information. I go, just give me the facts. Just tell me what it is that I need to know to make an educated decision. This also happens in coaching as well. And I know when I first started as a business coach, because I was so keen and eager to help my clients get to that next level, that I would just give them too much information and all of a sudden to create overwhelm. And then they stop and end up doing nothing. This is what happens to your patients. You give them too much information, they get overwhelmed and they'll do nothing. So cut it back. Less is more. And that's what I do with coaching now. This is what I recommend you do with your patients. And also, when you're teaching new and recent graduates who are working with you, also give them less information, less choices. Guide them along that path. Help them communicate with their patients better. And don't forget, the next 2-day Podiatry Business Reboot is going to be on the 26th and 27th of July up in Cairns. Go to my website, tysonfranklin.com, click on events, and all the details are there. Hope you get something from this. And I'll talk to you again later. Bye.